On this episode, I'm going to be giving you some Slimming World essentials that I've found really useful this week. You know what time it is. Hello guys and welcome to Weighintime. I am Patrick and I am in an amazing mood today because not only is it Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day everybody, but also it is beautifully sunny outside and I managed to have the windows down in the car, which is awesome, which means that spring is almost in the air and it's still getting closer to the 29th of March, which is when I have to / want to hit target. So I am only 3.5 pounds away from target. I need to lose 3.5 pounds by the 29th of March. So please give me luck, wish me luck and all that kind of stuff. And I'll let you know, of course, how I'm getting on. It is, of course, the Sunday weigh-in today. So please drop your gains, your losses, your tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff into the comment section below. But these are the Slimming World essentials that I found really, really helpful this week. As it is sunny outside, I thought that I would mention a couple of drinks that I've been enjoying this week. And the first one is this. It is Pepsi Max Ginger. Yes, I don't know if Pepsi have gone crazy, but they've decided to do a ginger variety of Pepsi Max. Now, regular viewers will know that my Pepsi Max Cherry is one of my all-time favourite drinks. The ginger version is nice, and I have been drinking it, although I haven't actually opened this bottle, but I have been using the smaller bottles when I've been out and about. It is a good drink. If you like ginger, you will love it. If you don't like ginger, well, then you wouldn't buy it anyway. But it is a recommendation, and it is free on Slimming World. My next one is my all-time favorite drink apart from Lucozade Pink Zero, because that's like just a brilliant drink. This is Fanta Fruit Twist Zero. I absolutely really like this, and what I'm finding is that in this weather you kind of want a cider, and I know that I've had some ciders like Copperberg and all that kind of stuff on sunny days, and I don't particularly want those because I'm on Slimming World and there's so many sins, but this actually does the job, to be honest. If I have a glass of this, I don't really crave the cider, and you still get to enjoy a lovely fruity beverage in the sunshine, and it is really good, and it's always on offer in like Asda and Tesco and stuff like that. If you haven't tried it, check out. It's Fanta Zero Fruit Twist. I've been working away a lot this week, and something I've found really useful is canned food and very accessible foods that you can access very quickly. And I found these. These are the Heinz Creations, and it's the Tagine chickpeas. And honestly, they are really nice. And the best thing about these is that they are free on Slimming World. I think they're on offer in Asda as well. The Tagines chickpeas are basically kind of like a spicy chickpea, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, but I've actually eaten these cold out of the tin quite a few times. But they're really nice if you're going to have them on jacket potatoes or just tossed into a salad, and they're really tasty, and they're free on Slimming World. So check them out if you haven't got them already. Something else that I used to have all the time before I started Slimming World, which was pesto. I absolutely love pesto, but unfortunately pesto is kind of out of the question on Slimming World because it is basically made of peanuts and, you know, they're high sins, blah. However, you can actually get this. This is Asda's reduced fat pesto, and this is 1.5 sins per level tablespoon, but you don't really need that much. So I, for lunch sometimes, have just put a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons into a pot of fresh made pasta, add some cooked chicken, and it's just a really nice quick way to make a lunch. Something which I've been enjoying, not only this week, but ever since I started Slimming World, and it is this. It's the Hellmann's Lighter Than Light mayonnaise. The reason I like this is because it is only half a sin for a tablespoon, which is mental. I absolutely love it. The problem with this is that you can only get it now in certain supermarkets. I do believe that Tesco sell it, and I will let you know that I bought this in Waitrose the other day. I was passing and it was the only shop I could think of to get some milk. So this is available in a few supermarkets. Asda, and I think Morrison's have stopped selling it, but you can get it. And I recommend it because light mayo is good, but it's still relatively high sins for a sauce, whereas with extra light mayo is basically a really, really simple and low sin option for sandwiches. You could also use this as butter if you wanted, if you were mental like me. Now, what I will say is, I know I'm going to get a couple of comments about this to say that Aldi actually have one in their store as well, which they do. They have a lighter than light mayo, but it's not as nice. I might get shot for this, but it's not as nice as the Hellman stuff. So if you can pick it up, I bought this, like I said, in Waitrose. It was £2.50, which was quite expensive, but you're not going to expect anything more from Waitrose, are you? But you can pick it up, and it is a really low sin option to make your sandwiches even more yummy. And speaking of yummy, the guys at Eat Well actually sent me one of these. What is it, I hear you ask? Well, it is a lunchbox. I haven't had a lunchbox since I was like 10 years old, but this one I was so happy about. And yes, I asked for it in orange because I like the color orange. It's a really, really good lunchbox. I've been working away a lot. So when I did a 7-hour trip to Scotland a couple of weeks ago, I used this. I found it really helpful because everything is in compartments. Now, the reason I find it helpful is because you actually can think about stuff that you put in your food. So I have a salad in here, and then I have, say, meat or corn or whatever you want in there. And then I'm like, right, I've got 2 to fill up then. So I've got to have some speed food, I've got to have some protein, all this kind of stuff. So it kind of makes you think a little bit about what you're having for lunch. It's really good. It's dishwasher safe as well. And it's also made basically by mums for kids, for adults and all that kind of stuff, and I really like it. So you can stick your sandwiches in there, and then you've got your speed and protein and all that kind of stuff. Compartments as well. They're really good. It's $24.99 from Eat Well, but if you go onto their website for Mother's Day, I think there is a 20% off voucher. I don't know when it's ending, maybe it is today, so check it out anyway. Eatwell-UK, have a little look online. It's a really, really good product, and it's really helpful for lunches, for work, maybe school, or in fact, if you are traveling away, this keeps your food locked up tight, so no extra light mayo is going to end up in your bag. So let's talk about desserts. This week, I have actually been trying to vary my diet from Muller Lights in the freezer, and I have really relied on Quark this week. I absolutely love it. It's the fat-free stuff. You all know it's free, but I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. So what I did is I put some of this in a bowl with some sweetener, and I also use this. So this is the Anchor Real Cream Light. 12.5 grams of this is just 1 sin. When I found out that, I was shocked because I absolutely love like squeezy cream and all that kind of stuff. It's brilliant, it's really nice. So Quark with like some sweetener, not much, not a tablespoon, we don't want to sin it, but just a little bit of sweetener with some of this. And then also my new favorite, which I am just so thankful that I found, and it is this. It's the Choc Shot by Sweet Freedom. It's just delicious. This is awesome. It's half a sin for a teaspoon, so it's not going to break your sin bank. And I've relied on this week. So this has been my new dessert really. So Quark with some cream and also this. And if you want to be adventurous, if you want to go crazy, you can add a Muller Light in there as well. And it is so delicious. But the thing is, I find with Muller Lights, if you have one, you might want another one. And then you kind of might want another one. And then because they're free, you're like, oh, there's no harm in it. However, if you actually have this as a dessert, yeah, there's a few sins in it, but it is actually a lot more filling than if you just have Muller Lights. So all of this stuff together in a bowl, absolutely delicious. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. It's really, really tasty. Finally, I thought I would share my essential meals with you for the week. So these are meals that I've had this week and they have absolutely been a saviour for me. So the Speed's tomato soup is just awesome. Now, I do like the one which tastes just like Heinz beans. There are tons of recipes, so if you don't know the tomato soup which tastes just like Heinz beans, then you can Google it. But the original Speedy tomato soup is still my favourite. I've done a video on it as well. I think that was on a What Do I Eat in a Day video, which you can check out on my channel. My other absolute favourite meal that I've had this week is the sweet chili chicken. I did a recipe video. It was actually one of my first ever videos a couple of months ago, so check that out in my channel as well. Those are the 2 meals which I genuinely have really, really loved this week. The soup is perfect as well, because if you have it in the night, you can also have it the next day as well. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the things that I've been enjoying this week. If you'd like to see more of these, then please pop it into the comment section below. And of course, it is the Sunday weigh-in, so drop your gains, your losses, your tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff there. And if you haven't done so already, please like, comment and subscribe. And also find me on Instagram at Weighintime YouTube. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening, whatever time of day it is. And I will catch you next time for another Weigh-In Time. I'll see you then. Also, it makes you, oh, I don't know what I'm saying now. What am I saying? I literally had no idea what I was saying then. And speaking of lunches, I am so pleased